Hello, everyone. This is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values. A system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe, and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
Hello, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. This is why the truth is bashing, right? The truth does 3 things. 1, it hurts. Number 2, it sets you free. And the 3rd thing that the truth does is correct all errors within the mind. So I'm going to repeat that. The truth does 3 things. First thing that the truth does is it hurts. The second thing that the truth does is set you free. And the 3rd thing that the truth does is correct all errors in the mind. Now let's tackle the truth hurting, because that's the most common pushback. That's the reason for the pushback. Because you'll hear on social media, in these YouTube streets, in all of these different places all over the internet, you'll hear black women come to channels like mine, come to other channels in the manosphere space, and other like-minded content creators and channels. You'll hear them come to the channel, get in the comment section and be like, this is just a bashing channel. This is just a channel that y'all are just bashing black women. I've seen it on Twitter threads. I've seen all kinds of stuff. You just bashing black women. Now I understand why you're doing all this, why you're saying all of this about us and blase blam. The pushback is coming from the truth hurting. But what's the pain? The pain is that the truth that's being told about the community, about black women, and trust and believe, it's not just the women that have that pushback. There are plenty of men that come to all of these spaces, not just mine, that come to all of these places and they got something to say. Why are you talking about black women like this? Why are you, saying this and saying that? You should be uplifting them. You should be, and we got such a warped concept of what upliftment and empowerment actually is till it's not even funny. See, in my world, the truth is a love language. And even though the truth can hurt, even though the truth can be painful, the truth can be harsh, right? The truth can be harsh because it casts a light over the darkness that you've been sitting. See, when you've been sitting in darkness, you can kind of imagine or make up in your mind what's around you without actually ever having to lay eyes on it and verify it for what it is. But see, when somebody turn the light on, you can't lie to yourself no more. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to other people. The light has dispelled the darkness, and you got to take a good inventory of exactly what's going on in this room with you. And it's a mess. You're sitting in the middle of a bunch of filth and lies. But like I said, in my world, The truth is a love language because, see, you can't even be around me and be a liar. You can't be a person that says that you care about me, but you never tell me the truth. Because if you don't tell me the truth, you got me out here moving funny, and you're not even pulling my coattails to the fact that I'm out here in this world moving funny and looking stupid. So you would rather have me out here putting other people in crazy predicaments, maybe putting myself in danger, or just making myself look like a clown. And you say you love me, you say you care about me, you say that you have my best interest in heart, but yet you don't help me maneuver any better. You know the truth and won't give it to me. You know what's going on and won't wire me up. That's why the truth is a love language to me. People that don't love you lie to you. People that can't stand you blow smoke up your butt because they want to see you act stupid. This is why they perpetuate when you get on TikTok and you do all them stupid dances and all of that stuff. This is why them white girls do it too. First of all, they laughing at you. Second of all, this is them blowing smoke up your butt by saying, ooh, we approve of it. And we're actually looking up to you, quote unquote, to mimic what you're doing. Because, you know, as they say, mimicry is a form of flattery. Okay? But this is them blowing smoke up our collective butts. Because they don't actually think that these things are cute or funny. And this isn't something that they incorporate in their daily life. They're getting on the internet having fun. Mocking you. That's what they're doing. And because they would rather you not have any introspection about anything, this is why they keep the lie going. Oh, yeah, girl, you all right? That's just like asking your best friend, girl, do I look okay? And you look like a hot mess. And she be like, girl, you look good. Gaslighting. You don't care nothing about me because you would sniggle and laugh behind my back after telling me I look okay, knowing I done went outside looking messed up. Her dress, one side of my dress all hyped up. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff going on with me. You know, you got the back of your dress tucked in your leggings or something like that, and you don't know, you know, walked outside. Come on, you got me all the way messed up. And this is after taking a look at me, seeing what the problem is, and not even gonna tell me, girl, you done went to the bathroom, came back with your dress hyped up. You gotta put that down. Girl, before we go somewhere. That's your friend. The person that care about you will tell you the truth. Even if they know it will hurt you, they know eventually it will help you. The other reason why the truth hurts is because that cognitive dissonance, you fighting it. See, you live in a world that tell you all the stupid stuff that you doing is all right. You live in a world that tell you all of this foolishness is funny and it's cute and people look up to you for it and people value you for it and you should value yourself for it, which really couldn't be further from the truth. They lying about it, just like they lied about the value system that they give you. They lied about everything. They lied about feminism and how you were supposed to get it all and how you were supposed to do it all. The truth hurts because it removes that safety net of ignorance. See, when you know the truth, you can't claim that you don't know. You can't hide behind the veil of ignorance. Well, I didn't know that. You can't do it. The truth does too much. It removes all of these excuses that you have for doing the stuff that you do, engaging how you do it. The truth hurts because of the signs of accountability to all involved. The truth hurts because it sets straight that narrative that the entire situation that the Black so-called community finds itself in is specifically and only the fault of Black men. Now, nothing fails this catastrophic catastrophically without two parts or two parties actually having a hand in that failure. And we can readily admit how the black man has failed. We can admit his shortcomings. We can talk about the things that he may not have done properly or correctly or consistently to move his people forward and himself. We can talk about that. But when it comes to, well, let's deal with the other side, now we can't deal with it. Now the cognitive dissonance is too much to overcome. Now it's too painful. Now you bashing me because you're not, quote unquote, uplifting me, because you're not lying to me. You're not telling me what I want to hear rather than what I need to hear in order to help me bring about excellence. The truth does another thing. It sets you free. But what are we free from? The real truth will set us free from this circle of lies we live in. Because we know we live in a circle of lies, because the very thing that a lot of these black women and even the male gynocrats will say, well, this is my truth. There's no such thing as an individual's ownership of the truth. The truth is something eternal and universal. And it is not arbitrarily owned by whoever may happen to utter the word. That's how you know you're living in a delusion. Things is my truth. That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. When you sit down and think about it, that doesn't make any sense. It makes more sense to say, well, this is my life, and that the life you live in is your life. And we have different circumstances of our lives. That makes more sense. And it's accurate. You may not be living the same life somebody else is living. You're not living under the same circumstances and conditions that someone else is living in. That's actually true. But that's the truth, not a truth, not my truth, not your truth, not they truth. Not them over there, they truth. So that stuff doesn't make any sense. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But it doesn't make any sense, your truth and my truth. That's a clear sign of living in delusion. Because like I said, the truth is both eternal and it's unmovable. It's not something that can be owned by any individual person. It doesn't just arbitrarily change depending on how I feel. This is how you know that you're living in a delusional world, because truth is not subject to a feeling. This is why we don't like truth, because it doesn't cater to emotions. The truth, that's the expression, the hard, cold truth, means that it is an emotionless thing. It is something that is rooted in facts. It's not an opinion. It's not just coming from here and there, being pulled out of the ether. This is provable. The truth simply is, and it is not subject to how I feel about it today. The fact that the earth revolves around the sun is a truth. It is the truth. An observable truth at that. Just because if I wake up tomorrow morning and say, you know what, I don't like that. I think that the sun should revolve around the earth. That doesn't change anything. And me saying, well, the sun revolves around the earth and that's my truth, only makes me look like an idiot. That's the only thing that does. The truth sets you free from that crazy value system that you like so much, that gives you an excuse to do the things that you do and hide behind things like culture and me being Black and me being a woman and intersectionality, and I'm oppressed. And so therefore I need to be able to do X, Y, and Z as a result of them things. So I have a right to live my truth. And see, if I say my truth, then that means anything I say goes, because I'm not going to deny myself nothing. That means I don't have any order, because there's no external thing that actually will set guidelines for me. My guidelines are my own, and they change whenever I say they change. So today, it might not be okay for me to do X, Y, and Z, but if it becomes convenient for me tomorrow, then those rules change. It's okay to love my husband today, but if he make me mad, it's not okay to love my husband, and I'm going to divorce him and take him for everything that he got. My kids is okay as long as they benefit me, but the day that they don't, it's okay for me to go in there and inflict whatever kind of pain I need to inflict on them, whatever I feel like inflicting on them, and they can't say nothing because that's my truth. And if somebody say something about what I'm doing, then all I got to do is fall back on my emotions and try to justify the situation based on how I feel. The last thing that the truth does is correct all errors in the mind. That's the real danger, because see, correcting all errors really means that you went through the process of correcting that cognitive dissonance. And that's the most hurtful thing, because see, what it causes you to do is introspect. Once you come out of the fog of lies that you willingly sit in and you get to the truth, then you have to start looking at yourself. And that's where the pain is at. That's where all the pushback comes from. It's easier to point your finger, but you see how I got my finger pointed, and you see all the three of them pointing back at me? See how that pointing fingers go? I got one pointed at you, but it's three more pointing back at me because I got accountability, or I should. See, to correct the errors mean that you got to actually do the work to make the correction. Because if the errors are corrected in the mind, then they have to be corrected in the action. And that's what we don't want to do. You don't want to come to the conclusion after introspection that I have a hand in it also. See, we like to talk about how Black men are quote unquote illiterate and they can't read. But reading don't start when you're 55. It starts when you're 5. And who was raising them? So if he can't read, that's his mama's fault. And you can't even say it's his daddy's fault, because whether you were with the husband, the father, or not, it remains the mother's job to be the first teacher of the child. See, we don't even like that truth, because it makes us responsible for the outcomes of our children. And the outcomes of our children bear fruit when they're adults, and we don't like the adults. So that means you raised your kids wrong. See, we don't like that. We don't like that kind of stuff. We don't like the uncomfortable truths that usually when a Black woman has children, she despises that boy and is jealous of that girl. That's an uncomfortable truth. Because we can't wait until that boy gets to an age where we can call him that ninja and we can detach ourselves from him as his mother. We don't have to love him anymore, and we don't have to care about his welfare. He becomes a Black man, not our son. And it's a lot of gynocratic men that do the same thing. Can't stand another Black man and jealous of the women. because you living in lies and not truth. And you somewhere trying to live my truth, which makes no sense at all. This is why we hear a lot of black women say you're bashing black women when you tell them the truth. Because see, when you tell the truth, you got to act on it. Something my grandmother used to say, when you know better, you got to do better. And that's where the problem is at. Because see, in order to keep telling myself a lie, I got to be aware of the truth in the first place. And that's problematic. To constantly push a narrative that just makes you feel comfortable, whether it's true or not, is problematic. It's easier to say that black men are bad leaders rather than to face the truth that a lot of black women are bad followers. Can't face that truth. Can't do it. You can't face the fact that when you look in the mirror, I'm wrong. I've been wrong. The decisions that I've based my life on have been wrong. The decisions that I made for my children when they couldn't make decisions for themselves was wrong. Everything that I've believed in was wrong. And that's a hard pill to swallow. To come to a point where it dawned on you, because truth always dawns on you. That's why that expression, the dawn. The dawn is the first beginning of what? Light. So the truth does what? Shed light over the darkness of your mind, the darkness of your heart, the darkness of your actions. So at some point, the truth dawns. And that's when that cognitive dissonance kick up, like, no. I gotta remain where I'm at because it is too painful for me to look and say, all of these decisions have been wrong. What my mama told me was wrong. What I learned in the church was wrong. What I got from society was wrong. What I learned in school was wrong. I've been living my whole life wrong. And I can't take that. I gotta be right. I gotta be right. Because to be wrong, it'll almost kill me. It'll almost kill me. That's why so much pushback. But the truth don't ever go nowhere. It cannot be destroyed. Because the truth simply is. And it'll always be that way. So instead of fighting the cognitive dissonance, you need to sit somewhere and meditate on the truth. That takes some spiritual value. But before you can even get to spiritual value, the first thing you're going to have to do is knock it off. Knock all that lying off. Because the first person you ever lie to is yourself. Then you can get to the spiritual value. You need to sit and meditate on that cognitive dissonance. You need to talk to a therapist. You need to talk to somebody about that. Cry your tears, cry your eyes out for 2 days, and then get it together. Because when you've been wrong, you've been wrong. And if you stay wrong, especially as women, we have a wide sphere of influence. If we stay wrong, other people are wrong. Because we do what? Teach. We teach by word and we teach by action. We done taught our kids wrong. And because we can't admit it, this is why the generational curses persist. Because we cannot sit down and first tell ourselves the truth. We gotta keep the lie going. Else we gonna die. Or at least you feel like you gonna die. This is the answer. especially number one. That spiritual value ain't nothing to play with. And too many people are spiritually dead. Don't even know how to access that. You got to be able to sit somewhere quietly and just think and be alone with your thoughts. And it's too many people that can't even take that. Too many people that can't even take that, sitting alone with your thoughts. Because you that chaotic and you tell yourself that many lies all over your life. The solution is the 10 life values. The advice is that you meditate on for your sake. Instead of believing all these lies that everybody tell you because it's comfortable. The truth is meant to be uncomfortable. Because it's meant to make you move. If you ain't moving, you ain't recognizing no truth. If you the same person you was 5-10 years ago, you living a lie. You living a whole lie. You wake up every day to tell yourself a lie. And tell other people that same lie. And you want folks to lie to you. You don't even like nobody that tell you the truth. First thing you will say is, you hating. I'm hating because I'm helping you out. Okay. That's rich, but okay. That's fine, but okay. Ain't nobody bashing you. Ain't nobody hating on you. Ain't nobody jealous of you. You don't got nothing to be jealous of. You are in a whole pit. And like I said in the other video, when you're ready to climb out, I give you a rope with all 10 of these values on them, and you let me know when you're ready to climb out. You let me know. Let yourself know. The question on the table is, are we going to keep saying the truth is bashing, or are we going to accept some truth in our life? How long are you going to live these lies? That's the real question. How long are you going to live these lies? And have they ever served you? How long you going to live a lie? And have they ever served you? So sound off in the comment section. I want to know how long you've been living lies. You can tell me. You can tell Auntie Crimson how long you've been living these lies. That'll be step one to the truth. Admit that you've been lying. Sound off in the comment section for me. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I am the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.